Hey friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I have this amazing set of add-ons to the Trinity Stamps Basic Emoji Builder die set. If you'll recall, if you've watched some of my past videos and live streams, I crafted a lot with these emoji sets because they are just so stinking cute. And I kind of think of them sort of like Mr. Potato Head, where you can really mix and match and create your own emojis, which I think is part of the fun of having all of these different pieces, because you get so many different eyes, so many different eyebrows, so many different mouths and lips, and you can really create some fun, expressive emojis beyond just what your basic ones that you can make on a computer. And so these first two came out, and now releasing is all hands emoji and celebration emoji. So the hands, you get like the little hug hands or the surprise. This is the kind of thinking, this is the like kind of the you're number one. This is doesn't look like it, but this is like a salute. You can make a salute. So there's so many fun things that you can do. And then with celebration, this is the one where, like for the birthday one, you can put the little birthday hat. And I don't know what that thing is called, but the thing that you blow out and it kind of straightens out. So you have that there too. Oh, the other one that's super cute in this set is the zipper, which you could actually use for anything, really. I think is super adorable. But you know how like the lips are sealed, kind of my lips are zippered shut. This is the little metal piece that you pull the zipper, and then these are sort of the teeth of the zipper. So how fun is that? So many different emojis now that you can add to and create different expressions and different looks. So I'm gonna mostly craft with all hands because I just feel like this is so much fun. These hands are so adorable, and I could see using these ones in particular on a lot of different things just outside of the emojis as well. So my card is going to be a circle shaped card. So I am also pulling out the circle shaped die set. And so this is already got, it's one die. It will cut out your card base. And so it's got the fold already scored and everything for you. So that makes it really easy and really fun. You have a nice little shaped card. So I'm going to speed up the rest of this video just because my video today is part of a release celebration hop. So I want to make sure that you have enough time to check out all of the other videos on this hop. And to find all of the videos, expand the description box below and you'll see a playlist where we've all put our videos. Now, I started by just reinforcing that score line that the die put in. But what I want to do now is score another line halfway through. Now this circle is 4 1/4 in diameter, so I'm lining up the folded edge against one edge of my score tool, and I scored at 2 1/8, and that gets me that front of the card scored in half. Now this is the remnant. This is left over from what I cut the card base out of, but I like using it because A, it's the same color, and B, it's the same nice heavyweight cardstock. So this is a 100-pound cardstock. I would definitely recommend that at a minimum, especially for these, which will be our easel stoppers essentially. And here's my idea. So my idea is that we have a smiley face. These are new eyes from the All Hands add-on. And the mouth is from the original emoji builder. So that's the basic mouth. I'm going to just put a little bit of dotty adhesive just for now so that I can temporarily tack everything down and really make sure that everything is where I want it to be before it's actually permanently glued down and there's no changing it. So I've just got those tacked down with a little bit of dotty adhesive. These little strips I cut, you saw, just from some scraps, so 1/2 inch by maybe 1.5 inches or so, and then I just fold it in half. It doesn't super matter how long this piece is. It just needs to be hidden behind the hands. And the hug hands are kind of my favorite in this set. I just think they're really, really cute. And I could see using them on a lot of projects, even outside of emojis, because these hands would be really darling. You could put hands on just about any other inanimate object if you wanted to make it, give it like a little bit of a personality. And that's the same with all of the emoji facial features. Imagine putting these facial features onto other objects. For example, I know that Trinity has the soup can. So now you can kind of turn your soup can into a character. And how darling would that be? You could put these little faces on there. You could put the hands on there. So adorable. So again, with a little bit of dotty adhesive, I'm putting a little bit of glue behind the pop-up stands, just this folded bit of scrap here. And half of it gets attached to the hand and half of it gets attached to the inside of the card. Now what I want to make sure of is that when the hands are down, basically when the card is closed, that those hands will actually be hidden by the card. So I just want to make sure that the hands don't peek out. And I also wanted to make sure that when the hands were up and the card was open and standing on its easel, that you could still see the mouth, you could still see the eyes. So that was why I didn't glue these down with liquid adhesive to start with. But now that the positioning of everything looks about right, even when the card is open, I can now use my liquid adhesive and just permanently glue these down, because there's a lot of wiggle room with building your emoji faces. You can position them anywhere you'd like. So now I am ready to actually put the hands in their final position as well. So one last little dry fit. That all looks good. So I'm gonna keep my hand holding down the emoji hands, and then because I only had dotty adhesive, I was able to lift the pop-up tab there. And now though, I really want to make it permanently stuck, so I'm using some liquid adhesive. And there's some dotty adhesive left on my card base here, so I did just use my gum eraser to remove that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So just putting liquid adhesive on half of this pop-up stand, the half that gets attached to the card base, because now I know that those stands are in the right place. Now, I do want to make sure I get some liquid adhesive behind the hands as well. So this is my one last opportunity to do a little bit of a dry fit. And I just really want to make sure that it all looks exactly the way I want, and I positioned it exactly how I want to see it when it's visible and open. And then I'll glue it down with liquid adhesive. But every time I check, I want to check two positions. What does it look like when the hand is up? And what does it look like when the hands are down? And I want to make sure when the hands are down that they fit inside the card, because you don't want to give away, or at least I don't want to give away the surprise until they open the card and then realize that, hey, these hands pop up and they can actually be used to hold the card open. And so now that the hands are exactly where I want, I can just put some liquid adhesive behind the other half of that pop-up stand and really make sure it's nice and burnished down so that it's well secured. And that's the basic mechanism of our card. So I've got my little, and it's super important that you use that heavyweight cardstock for just those pop-up stands, because it needs to be strong enough to really hold back the card front. So the last thing I want to do is I love these Simply Sentimental stamp and die sets. They are so fabulous, and Trinity Stamps always puts out more and more of these collections, which I absolutely love because they are such great stash builders. You always need sentiments, and I love that they have like a main word, a focal word. In this case, it's sweet. So this is the Sweet Simply Sentimental stamp and die set. And I love that the main word is always bigger and in different styles of fonts, because kind of just depending on the look and feel that you're going for, it's nice to have some different options, some different choices. And then there's like a boatload of sub-sentiments, which in this set, it's actually a different font to what was in the previous sets. So now we have some more options for mixing and matching different fonts, because you could probably use and find some really nice combinations between this set of sub-sentiments as well as sub-sentiments from the previously released Simply Sentimental collection. So it's really fabulous once you start getting more of these sets to mix and match between them, and you can just about, express any sentiment that you are looking for, because I know there are some holiday ones, there are some birthday ones, there are some really fun just all occasion thanks, for example. So lots of different options, and it just keeps getting better and better. So here's a final look at my card, and I think it's super fun. It does require that the person getting it figures out the fact that they can lift the hands to have it hold back the face. But how fun is that as a little bit of a surprise when you open your card to have kind of it hugging you. So thanks for checking out my video today. Don't forget to expand that description box and check out everybody else's video on this hop. And also in that description box, you're going to find a link to a $25 gift certificate giveaway. Just fill out that form and you'll be in for a chance to win a $25 gift certificate to shop at Trinity Stamps. Thanks again, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.